Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. My name is Nur Madiah binti Muhammad Azizi with matrix number B0918102440 from class BMMM S11. So for today our group would like to present about the clutch system in a car. Before clutch was invented, people used oil bath clutch that would flame out within 100 miles of travel. The logical specification for heavy-duty operation is assumed to be in a single plate or two-plate clutch. This is primarily because necessary masses of absorption metal in these clutches are much easier than in multiple disc form. Ladder line, multiple disc, oil bath clutches were in general used during the early days of transmission, even when Durier's first use of single plate clutch in 1893, a design that would not burn out after a few hundred miles of travel. Until 1921, an Englishman, Herbert Fruit, perfected the clutches to more robust friction materials. Clutch is a mechanical device that engages and disengages with power transmission from driving shaft to drive shaft. Shaft is connected to engine or another power unit, and other shaft provide the output power. Some types of clutch are used in heavy-duty application with having two friction plate and intermediate pressure plate, and some are hydraulically operated. There are various types of clutch in automobile, and it depends on type and use of friction. First is friction clutch, which have single plate and multi-plate clutch. Next is cone clutch, centrifugal clutch, semi-centrifugal clutch, constructive semi-centrifugal clutch, diaphragm clutch, and lastly is hydraulic clutch. There are few reasons why clutch is important. Through a complex mechanism, clutch transfer power from vehicle's engine to transmission system. The engine and transmission mechanism will synchronize when clutch is operated. Basically, clutch connecting two shafts, locking them to make both shafts spin at the same speed without killing the engine. Thus, we are able to stop the vehicle. There are several mechanical parts in clutch that can lead to wear and tear. If we want to make sure the car runs smoothly, we will have to ensure that the clutch is in a good condition by taking a preventive maintenance or check the system monthly. Few examples that may happen of wear and tear in a clutch are slipping clutch and clutch sticking. Immediately take action by being an alert driver when there is potential issue. Manual transmission may be a little tricky because we need to learn the system first before we run the vehicle. But when we have the knowledge of the manual transmission, it will become easier for us, including on how to take a proper maintenance. Moreover, manual transmission also had its own pros and cons, in which any system invented in the world also had the same issue. So I will let Haliza to continue our presentation. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Haliza and I'm going to talk about clutch. Before we go into how does it work, there is actually few parts of clutch that we need to know. One of it is clutch pad. It works like a brake pad. When the brake pad gets thinner, it takes longer time to brake or to stop. Same goes to clutch pad. Clutch pad, whenever it gets thinner, it will produce this unwanted sound. Other than that is clutch pump. There is two types, below and above. The below part is to press or pump the bearing under. For the above part, there is two types of model, use cable which hard to press and hydraulic is easier to press. That is for standard clutch. There is also other type of clutch, racing clutch, which use one flywheel and two clutch pads. The other is ringing clutch. Whenever you press it, it will produce ringing sound. Brake pad and clutch pad, they uses the same oil to lubricate themselves. Now how does it works? This clutch actually based on friction. Whenever two friction surfaces are brought in contact with each other and pressed, they are united due to the friction between them. If one of it revolves, to another will also revolve. The friction between two surfaces actually depends on the area of the surface, pressure that apply on them, coefficient of friction of surface material, here's one of the surface is considered as driving member and the other is driven member. The driving member of the clutch is the flywheel mounted on the crankshaft. The driven member is the pressure plate mounted on the brush machine shaft. Due to the friction surface between the two members on the engagement of the clutch, the engine is connected to transmission, which is gearbox, and the power flows from the engine to the rear wheel. Through the transmission system, when the clutch is disengaged by pressing the clutch pedal, the engine is disconnected from the transmission and consequently the power does not flow to the rear wheel where the engine is still running. Like I said, there is two types of model which use cable and hydraulic. The advantage of using hydraulic, it self-lubricate. So it doesn't need a lot of maintenance since it lubricates itself. Other than that, the height of the pedal are adjustable automatically. In comparison to the other system, the clutch can give an easier feeling during pressing the clutch. It is more safer and reliable. It is better to use hydraulic clutch because of its quality. The quality is so much better than mechanical clutch. Whenever there is advantage, there must be disadvantage. For disadvantage for this clutch is whenever there is an overflowing happen from the cylinder due to damage causing leakage, to repair the damage can cost an extra money. And the hydraulic consists of plastic metallic pipe. It is breakable pipe, so time to time checking is very necessary. To conclude this study, this is the component that does not just transmit motion force from one machine to another, but it also disengage and engage the driven as well as the driving member. The importance of clutch, driver can control the speed of engine with a safe and secure environment. Thank you.